going to travel back a little in time, and we're going to go with Rhea. You have a meeting with your teacher, Nala, and we're going to jump into that.
Okay.
So...
yes, that was where she was for days.
Just got really sidetracked.
There might have been an emergency. We did leave some pretty dangerous people in their care.
We warned them.
Okay.
Mostly.
They're capable. Mostly.
So, you find yourself conveniently outside the monastery gates once again.
I'm so glad I made it here undetected.
Do you want to describe how you made it there undetected?
Oh, yeah, I remember
walked
something else that
briskly.
happened. There was a town crier talking about new taxes.
Yeah.
That was time before last.
That was before that, yeah.
That was part of the recap.
And it was the wrong neighborhood that he was taxing.
she made it there by having a higher movement speed than all the guards.
I made it there by being fast.
Gotta go fast.
Our walking and them just giving up because they didn't want to sweat.
Okay. So Rhea, with her mastery of deception, quick walks to the place.
It's more like prancer sizes, but I'll allow it.
Oh, buddy. Oh, honey bear. Anyways, yeah. You go in and you head over to Nala's quarters, where, of course, she is waiting because you have an appointment with her, as always.
Nala!
Oh, hello. Yes, just give me a second. She's finishing. She's at like a desk, and she has like this large book unfurled in front of her, and you can kind of smell the dustiness and mustiness of the tome. She like closes it with a thunk, sets it over to the side, turns around. Yes, why don't we go on a walk today? It's a nice day out.
That'd be wonderful. Just around the monastery grounds?
Sure, I guess that'll do.
The campus? Or were you thinking about going out further?
Oh, just getting some fresh air, you know. I'd spend most of my time in the monastery.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the book she was reading. What does it, other than, thick and heavy and probably old.
Roll knowledge religion and give yourself a +2 circumstance bonus, because it is in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 4, but that's a 12.
No dice. Sorry.
It's okay.
That's
what happens when you roll a 4.
You do manage to catch that it looks like she was transcribing something.
Okay. Have you been studying something interesting lately?
Oh, yes. I was just digging through some old tomes I found in the library. It's nothing important. Anyways.
I buy it. Sorry. Books are kind of boring, so I don't want to study them.
You two head out into the broader city and making small talk along the way. But finally, as you emerge into the streets of Aquila, she seems to take on a more serious tone. So, Rhea, what have you learned so far in your journey? And this is really loud, I apologize. Let me just fix this quick. Where is it? There we go. There we go. Okay. So what have you learned so far?
A little, a lot. A little, a lot.
I continue to be astounded by the variety that life has to offer. The city is so bustling, and there's so many unique people with so many different challenges and different priorities.
Oh?
And I've learned that, there's just things aren't as clearly defined as I thought they would be. And I think that's okay, because I think it's important to be able to adapt to new settings, surroundings, circumstances.
Yes, that is
But it's overwhelming.
an important skill to have. Yeah, there's many different conflicting goals that people have, and sometimes it can be difficult to keep track of them all.
And passions, some people can be, they can have known each other their entire lives and then find themselves on opposite ends of an issue and be passionate enough about it that becomes their biggest priority. That previous relationship is gone, maybe not gone, but not worth overcoming differences for.
Is there anything in particular you have in mind?
Well,
Any instance or people?
I mean, yeah, it's like you guys have been keeping an eye on Brandon for us. I will, right after saying Brandon's name, realize I shouldn't have dropped a name and been this explicit while out in town, and I will at this point lower my voice to be a little bit more smooth.
Don't worry, you have plot shielding on right now.
Well, he and Dimitri grew up together, and they when we encountered each other and he put up resistance, like, it could have very easily ended in one of them. It could have easily ended one of them. In fact, there was another childhood friends of Dimitri's where we really didn't see any options, and she was not going to back down, and she was endangering not just us in that moment, but everyone in this city. And I mean, I failed to take action there, and I don't want to say that ending her was the right thing to do, but I feel that we are all safer for it having been done.
Yes. Sometimes, in order to achieve a greater end, certain expediences must be taken. So, you've been on your seeking for a while now. Has anything surprised you? Have your perceptions changed?
I've been surprised by almost everything. And I think right now, my perceptions, I want to just keep, because I've only really still spent time in this one city. And that changed, that just introduced me to so many things, just leaving the monastery for a little bit and spending time in the city itself. I don't know, it feels hard to have really strong core beliefs and values that I would put beyond all doubt without going anywhere else first. I feel like experiences help you learn, and I just want to experience more.
Yeah. Life is a journey, and sometimes it takes quite a few steps to get where you're going, but it is good to hear that you're eager to make the trip. So what do you want to do with the rest of your career? I know we've talked about this before, but...
Well, I think that I want to be a wayfinder. I think that I understand why we are so separate from the rest of the societies that we live in. But I think we have a lot to learn from them, and I think we have a lot that we could do to help them as well. And I wish to see those bonds strengthened.
Okay. And what are you willing to do to get that?
Not that.
Red rum.
I mean, I don't think there's anything I can do to get that. I just have to do my best to show you and the rest of the leadership, the rest of the people at the monastery to agree. That's what the seeking is for.
You see kind of a downcast, gloomy look come across her face.
Did I say something wrong?
Oh, no, dear. Sorry, just... Sometimes things aren't so straightforward, right? So
Yes, that's exactly what I've been learning.
we label certain systems in one way. We say that if you do this thing, then this other thing happens, or we treat systems as some sort of infallible entity, but at their core, every system is made of Toans, of all of us, and understanding that might help shed some light on some of the curious behaviors that you've been seeing, some of the curious outcomes.
I think I understand what you're saying. And I think I agree. So with that in mind, is there something specific that you think I should direct my focus to?
Well, I can't say that there's anything in particular that I could tell you to improve your chances at becoming a wayfinder. Suffice to say that I hope you continue to pay attention to some of the forces you've been dealing with and some of the systems that have been affecting your journey.
Okay.
Anyways, you see that you've almost, like, without realizing it, wound up back at the gates of the temple.
Okay.
It's been good talking to you, Rhea, and I hope you continue to do well.
You as well. Thank you for your time. Do you think it would be an inconvenience if I were to go visit Brandon before I leave?
You know, he spends a lot of his time in his room muttering to himself. I'll accompany you. I'll wait outside. Just please let me know if you need any assistance.
Okay.
Okay. She takes you into the monastery, and you go through some winding corridors, and eventually you wind up outside some unused storage rooms. And she opens the door, and it kind of gives a really loud creak. And then you see inside this kind of dusty interior, like there's some light filtering through some grates high in the ceiling, and you kind of hear this rhythmic tapping on the ground as flesh meets stone. You see this darkened figure in the corner kind of facing against the wall.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh. You see the figure kind of rise up and slowly turn to see you, and you see this scraggly, long, almost like beginning to gray beard and a simple cloak reminiscent of the clothing that you see around the thing. You recognize this person as Brandon.
He's got gray hair. He grew a beard so fast in such a short period of time?
I mean, hormones.
I think he
man.
had a
Magic.
beard. Also, that helps. The gray thing's a little weird, but
We made fun of him for it when you were 12.
Gray beard, gray beard.
Are you young whippersnappers? Yeah.
Got a wizard beard at 12, man. That'd be nuts.
But some people just, are destined for greatness.
That explains the blindness. He's just aging super fast.
lawyer,
Maybe it's a Benji Button
wizard.
situation. Maybe he was born really old.
Okay, if the metaphorical sorting hat when I was 10 had said, hey, you're going to be a wizard when you grow up, I would have been so stoked.
Oh, man. That'd be sweet.
I don't care if I get decrepit as, oh heck, I'm already decrepit.
I have a disease for you then.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you have what?
Benji Button syndrome. She has a disease for you.
Oh.
I think
called-
she's offering to give it to you.
Yeah, you can take mine.
And does it come with magic powers? Because that's really the trade.
You get to be super bendy.
But it's also bad for you if you bend too much.
Just focus on the good parts.
I'm noting a distinct lack of ability to shoot lightning and see the future.
Yeah, it's
So-
mostly just
Oh, I
Elastigirl
mean-
power.
I see the future totally. Yep. I'm willing to give it to you along with, the other parts of it.
And I, by see the future, I don't mean just cynicism. I mean actually seeing the future.
Yeah.
And see the red.
Okay, we'll talk after stream. Moving on.
I will shuffle around in my backpack and pull out a mango and offer it to him.
he kind of takes it and looks at it with a suspicious eye, and then looks up at you. We'll roll sense motive.
Suspicious blind eye.
Yeah, his eyes are... He's still blind.
But he raises a brow and an eye at you anyway.
Well, raising the eyebrow, I can see.
Yeah, it's almost like he has some sort of seeing ability while also blind. I don't know what you'd call that,
That's what the shark eggs are for. He has seeing sharks in his eyes.
Boy.
Seeing eye
And they
sharks.
telepathically communicate to him
Seeing
from his eye sockets.
Yes.
Anyway, as he brings the mango up to his mouth and takes a hearty... What brings you here?
Well, I was just visiting some friends. And
You're Dimitri's friend, right? I remember.
I'd be your friend too, if you'd let me.
If I recall correctly, you gave me quite the knocking around last time we met, so you'll forgive me if I withhold my complete trust at this juncture.
That's okay. But I mean, you have to have. You gotta respect a girl who can take care of herself, right? I've met Satina.
Yes, I will admit you are very good in a pinch, or a punch, or a kick. He kind of like starts rubbing his
Oh no,
arm.
phantom pain.
I like how you're like, girl who can take care of herself. The kind of alcoholic poor girl.
I mean, she doesn't let people push her around.
Fair.
Listen, I know things are rocky between you and Dimitri right now. Understatement.
What can I say? We have a difference of opinion.
You do. I've met some people who are still able to be friends despite their differences of opinion, though. I think it's just that you are so extreme
The face of
to
regret.
each side. I'm wondering, do you think you two will ever be able to get back the friendship you used to have?
Oh, nothing can bring back the innocence of youth. Especially not after everything that's happened. But I do hope that one day Dimitri and I will be able to once again see eye to eye.
I think he really hopes that too. Reed, I'm gonna kick you out of this room if you can't contain yourself.
I tried
He's gonna pry my eyes out.
Don't worry, I'll bury you next to each other. And you have to yell eye to eye all the time.
You guys could each trade one.
I was more
It would have to
thinking
be
it's hard to
opposite, so
see
you
eye
look
to
into
eye
each other's
when your eyes are blind. Why is your forehead so red?
So
Avatar jokes. Anyway.
They'll see eye to eye again someday.
I know he really wants that too. And I want that for him. You're a very important person in his life.
I might be a little late to point this out, but I don't think we're at Malaman's Magnificent Merchandise.
Oh, yeah. I'll fix it later.
Cool.
I just... Sometimes it can be hard to see the path, how to get there, you know?
I'm the one who gets to make those jokes. No, I'm out of character.
Why are you guys
Out of character. Sorry.
He's the BBEG.
He's not the BBEG.
He's not the BBEG.
Not the BBEG.
You have met the BBEG.
Small bad.
Yeah, it's Sasha.
Exactly.
Did we just ship Sasha as the BBEG?
Yes. That is what just happened.
I guess I support this. Sasha is best girl.
Leah.
So,
Are we the bad guys?
no, we're good. Nala says that I'm good, and that's gotta count for something.
Anyways, yes, it is regrettable that we have differences of opinion on how the world should proceed, but...
Well, eventually, one of you two will get your way.
Inevitably, everything... things will continue to happen.
At what point can you accept a loss?
That is a good question. I realize that my situation looks quite hopeless right now, but clearly I have not given up hope yet, so
It's
the line
only a
must be
matter of-
drawn somewhere else, somewhere further down the line.
It's only a matter of time before we cut the head off this snake. You can be here, its body, and you can die. Or you can make peace and remember that you're a Toan and not a snake. Thanks, Alex. Great face expression.
Sorry.
Well, you may be right that the end of the snake is near, but I will warn you, its fangs are sharp and it hides well in the grass. You may not want to let your guard down just yet.
Thank you for the warning. Well, I don't really know how I expected this conversation to go. But it just didn't feel right not to come and say hi.
Fair enough. I appreciate the company in some weird way. It gets very lonely in here. Very dark.
I believe it. Well, maybe I'll stop by next time I'm here.
That would be welcome.
Until then, take care.
Yes. And you exit the room, and Nala
There
kind
was
of...
a key in that mango.
There was not a key in the mango! Wait,
You
was
sure?
there
I
a
gave
key
you
in
that
the
mango.
That would be some 2000
There's
IQ
no
shit.
key in that mango.
As you walk out, Nala kind of gives you this look that's like, did things go okay?
I'm gonna nod once in her direction and then briskly walk away.
Okay. Anyways, that catches us up there.
Yay.
So we're going to be moving on. That was
Disney theme plays as Brandon breaks out.
the scythe, which happened before the scene at Malaman's. And I'll take this opportunity to fix up that stuff now. 'Cause-
3M, all right. I like it.
Yeah.
The 3M Magic Store, which is redundant.
MMM.
Well, you got to do alliteration, otherwise, what are you doing? Like,
Are you supposed to
seriously.
remember things?
Yeah.
I'll alliterate you.
She says while not alliterating.
Yeah, none of that.
Okay. So I'm just getting my my notepads open so that I can modify those things. So we're gonna return to the warehouse while we're
God, that's terrifying, actually. What did I do?
Returning to the warehouse is the day after the scene with Malaman.
returning to, yeah. So you all did the scene with Malaman on, let's say, the Stein. In the meantime,
Sure.
one of the things that you hear while you're tooling about your business on the jar, which is the day before the sign, is another town crier walking throughout the streets, telling you a familiar message similar to one that you heard previously, about how another chapter of the Aquario Medidas has been released by young prodigy Elusive. And how wonderful it is that he is enlightening Toans everywhere with more insight into the light of Catfoot.
Well, before he came around, you might say they were quite elusive.
Nah,
I'm assuming that's the pun you were going for.
it's just a cool name.
He's actually not that sneaky.
Oh, yeah, he's elusive, not elusive.
He might be more sneaky than I had realized. That makes sense. He did kind of sneak behind my back in, like, the first arc that he was introduced to the campaign.
Got you there.
He was sneaky. Is he sneaky? You guys.
Is he a bad guy?
Okay. So, moving on. The next big thing to happen is on the plow, where Ethren arrives in Maros.
Ooh.
Does anybody have anything that they want to do before then?
This is between the Stein and the plow? Nope. I'm waiting for notifications from Dr. Driscoll at some time.
Has Dimitri quit his job yet?
I haven't done it on
Okay.
screen.
Then you collect your payday money.
Yeah, I do have to go get my money.
Okay.
Is that a smart idea while we're being chased down by all of the law
Yeah.
forces at the moment?
Yeah, you
They'll hold
got
it
you got
for
a bit
you.
of a trip there.
Also,
Can I just stab you and save you the time?
will your boss not have noticed the wanted flyers or something and like...
That's why I need to go get my last paycheck. He probably has already fired me without telling me that.
Also, not so much fire, but like, there's probably lots of guards posted. It's a bad idea. I'm sorry. It's a terrible idea, Dimitri. I will pin you down with I don't know what, but you're not going. This is how you're going to get yourself killed.
And then us, because I do not trust you to be able to withhold information under torture.
There are probably lots of guards around where you used to work because they probably know you used to work there.
Hold on, I can work something up. Give me a second.
I would like
I go grab my
to.
book.
I would like to scribe the rune that I crafted onto my dagger.
Okay. You do that.
Are you trying to brush your hair with a pencil?
Okay,
Yes.
Ariel.
It's a dingle hopper.
Okay.
Hopper's a fork.
So Dimitri's not going to collect
That's
a
what she
payday.
uses to brush her
Oh,
hair,
I
is a fork.
quite so am. I'm going to come out and show everyone. I watch, Poof, and I turn myself into a dwarf.
Okay,
using
well,
the
why do you
humanoid form
expect your
spell.
boss to give you money if you don't look like yourself?
Because I can come out of it and
Yes, and
then
you
go back
totally
in.
won't raise the alarm and hope that he gets all of the reward money that you are worth.
And I
This
can
guy doesn't
collect
seem to
something
especially
else.
like you.
Yeah,
If
let's
I
just say that
remember
the ethereal presence surrounding the warehouse implies that this is a bad idea.
Are you
Look at
sure
the
you want to do
ethereal
this?
presence
Is what
I
he's
with
saying.
I say go for it.
Oh my
If
god.
you want
All
your
for the day
character.
is already humanoid form.
if you can make it come down to a dice roll, you have a chance.
Lots of chances.
You're saying that because you're Joe.
Yeah, but
I'm
right
gonna
now I
take
have
the
a
opposite
plus 14
approach.
to deception.
If it comes down to a dice roll, you're probably boned.
Also, it doesn't matter if you have a 14 in deception. Why would he give you Dimitri's paycheck if you don't?
Because I know where he hides this stuff. I don't need to ask him directly for
Also,
it.
why would he give it to you?
He won't
Well, if you're
need
gonna
to give
steal
to me.
it from
Hey, if we're
him, why
robbing
don't
him,
you just
okay,
steal
now I'm
something from
interested.
someone
Okay.
else?
If you'd like
Okay.
to come along and make sure I don't mess it up.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
No, I would
Terrible
rather
idea.
not get involved in that mess because you are going to get yourself killed.
How much is your paycheck, Dimitri?
Like 4
It's like
copper.
14. It's like 14 gold.
It's not 14
It's-
gold.
It's not.
You are a
1.4
liar.
It's 1.4 then.
Okay.
There's a 1 and a 4
How
in
about-
there somewhere.
How
It's
about
like 1 gold,
Are you sure
4
it's not
silver.
1 silver, 4 copper?
I don't know.
how about I lend you your paycheck, and then when this is all over, you can just give it to me then.
You've already
And I
let
can
me-
go burglarize the guy. I will help you when we are not wanted men.
You've already helped me so much. I'll just wait on it. I know where he stays. I'll get it eventually. He owes me a lot. Do you know how much overtime I put in without clocking in or anything? That's why I
If he didn't
felt
clock
bad
in, he
about it.
doesn't owe you for it. That sounds like your own folly.
No, he asked me to work off the clock. Other that than
I'm pretty sure that's still your own folly. You should just refuse to work then.
well, that's why I'm going to go get what I'm owed then. Eventually.
It sounds like you were being taken advantage of, but also that, it was a little bit, you could have not done that. I don't know why you agreed to work when you obviously weren't going to get paid for it.
No, you see, he said we'd get paid, and so we just didn't. Whatever.
But wait, aren't we supposed to be meeting somebody today?
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
So, Ethren is going to be arriving, and he hasn't gotten wind of the badness that has kept you all in isolation, so y'all are gonna have to figure out a way to contact him.
I was just gonna send Olmir out.
Okay. You do that. Do you send Almir out with message?
I tell him that, I just look at Olmir and say, it's been going on. Updated.
Almir's message is, "Hello, friend.
I am Groot.
Follow me."
He's smarter than that.
Exactly, that's why he would use that language. because it's adorable and endearing. Nobody's going to crush a squishy little leshy if it's like, hello. Hello. So your leshy runs off and then comes back a little while later with Ethren in tow.
Okay. That hesitation there got me.
With 14 guards.
So Lysta, you know Ethren the best. Why don't you describe him?
He's a hot guy.
Is he an elf, a human, a
He's a
no?
he is an elf who is probably, I would say,
An 11 out of 10.
I'm degenerating him
11 out
from
of
Brad
10.
Pitt in like 1998. Right now.
he's a real 5 out of 7. Perfect.
Oh, he's perfect. Does he have hair?
Yes.
It's nice when they have hair.
Yes, he's got longer hair. Also green skinned. Like
Same shade as you? Or
he's a bit darker.
okay.
You said elf, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
There
The other
are
option was orc, and I would have been way down for that.
no, there are no. It's an exclusively elf village that I'm from.
God, that sounds awful.
Right when he walks in, I poof from my dwarf form back into my regular humanoid form.
This is a
with him
different
in
day.
visual sight.
Oh, excuse me, did I interrupt something?
No, sorry. Oh shit.
Okay. Oh,
Hey,
Lysta.
it's Ethren. It's good to see you.
It's so good to see you too. He takes like 3 long strides over and like immediately reaches his hand out to shake. It's been so long.
Yes, it has been quite a while. Not really. Probably since the last meeting.
Yes. How have things been?
Well,
I know a lot's happened.
all over the place. Wasn't expecting to be out here so long. It's very different out here than our home.
Oh, indeed, the smell is... It's something, but...
Yes, I do miss fresh air.
I will say that... even a place like this, though, is blessed in Gael's eyes. Anyways, please, introduce me to the rest of your friends.
Yes, this here is Rhea. She's
hello.
a very strong monk. This is Piotr, and his daughter, Sasha.
Oh, pleasure. Oh, that is the wrong one.
Here comes evil Sasha.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Oh wow, you're so tall too. Are all elves like that?
Did you
I couldn't
say
hear a thing
RL?
because my headphones fell off because I reacted to the loud noise. Sorry, what?
Oh, sorry, I don't know how to turn this thing down, I'm not gonna lie. I'll just...
I think it was the
I
loud
won't
noises
flinch
of
this
us
time, right? Or at least I won't
impersonating
throw my
monsters.
headphones off.
Are all elves that tall?
Well,
Probably.
I mean, he's got you beat by a good foot or so.
Not even talking about
It's-
height.
oh,
Yes, we elves have been graced by Urgoth with quite a bit of height.
then we've got
Here.
Milo. He's a doctor.
Oh, a doctor.
Yes.
Well, I thank you for the services that you provide your community. It's a very noble profession.
Milo will just nod.
And this is Dimitri. He, when not making bad decisions, does things.
Trust me, I'm not a dwarf, sorry.
Okay, well,
Trust
it is a
me,
pleasure
I'm
to
not
meet
a
you as
dwarf.
well.
And he's much more octopus than he is dwarf.
He's saying it to an elf, so
Oh, hello, and I'm Satina.
Yes, sorry, Satina.
It's fine, I kind of blend in. It's easy to forget.
I don't forget about you, Satina.
It was more
that's a useful
distracted
set
by Yamitri's dwarf outburst.
Better
is
than
that
a
what-
giant outburst, am I right?
I can't do giant actually until I can cast 5th level spells.
What are 5th level spells?
That's a very weird way to phrase that.
Something, I don't know, I'm not there in the chapter of the books yet.
Anyways, it's so nice to meet all of you. Lysta was quite the young student, so full of life and optimism, so I'm so glad to see that she has such a swell group of friends with her.
Right, how long have you actually known her?
Oh, we go quite a way back. She was actually my mentee back when
Nearly
we still had
100
mentees.
years?
Something like that.
Right.
Oh, so he's your Nala.
Yes, I guess I've not met. Well, he did meet.
I will
Nala.
bow like much more respectfully.
Okay.
So, do you have any idea what's going on, or do we need to fill you in?
A brief summary would be helpful, yes, please.
Insert summary here.
I've set something
Well.
up, but
Brief summary. Okay, there's a dark god trying to turn people into fish people so I can get back into this world. We're wanted by the cops who are in the pocket of said cult. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. What do you know about this god being summoned?
She is one of the 3 sisters of the Ashkin Pantheon.
Oh yes, the Sisters of Cinder.
Yes. She's the one that's focused mostly on blood, oddly enough. You know, blood tides. Blood.
Oh yes, the Blood Tide Sovereign. I believe I've encountered some teachings of her during my
Yes.
investigations.
She was sealed away, and now some people are slowly trying to pull pieces of her soul back to drag her back to our realm.
Every time we kill them, they have this weird glowing evil rock in them.
Interesting.
Milo, don't you have like 1 or 2 of those?
No. I don't believe Milo was holding on to either of them.
I was holding on to most of them.
I think you're holding on to 3 and I had one of the other ones.
Yeah.
Or I had the only other one. We have 4 total.
I'll pull one out of my pocket. Don't touch it. It burns.
He like reaches his hand out and then just like as you say it burns, he just kind of like lightly touches it and ooh, yes, indeed it does.
Found that one out the hard way.
And these stones, they're.
I
Go
think they're
ahead.
pieces of her soul.
Interesting.
And I think they might be related to the ritual that
Yes,
they are
they
trying
needed
to
to
do
collect
summon.
30 in order to successfully complete the ritual, I think, is what you heard, Milo?
Well, they need 30 to be present, yes.
Yes.
Currently, we know
believe-
where they're keeping a good number of them. So if we were to, we could slow them down if we went and took them
Yes.
out.
Do we know how many total there are?
We know that they're about a week away from complete.
Because it'd be kind of cool if we, like, oh, there's 60 total and we have 31, so, like, let's just hide them.
So I think the thing is that they can just
Can they
keep
make them?
creating more of the fish people. It's just that the more we kill and take away from them, the more it slows down their ritual, because then they have to make more fish people, which I think takes time and resources in and of itself. And
And
you obviously need volunteers for that too. So
And we were able to slow down their progress considerably through a few lies to them as well.
Well, I hope those stuck. It would be quite bad for such an powerful entity to be summoned here. I've heard terrible things about the power of...
Also, there's been some heavy implication by lots of people in their cult that Ashnikor's not dead. And that this is also kind of a plot to bring his power back.
Oh, that's dark news indeed. It would be very unfortunate considering the current state of the world if Ashnikor were indeed still present.
And they're generally trying to speed up the decay of the world, which, wouldn't be great.
So do you have any ideas on how they could stop this ritual more than just keep on killing their people? Perhaps in a permanent way?
I don't know of anything offhand, but perhaps we should consult with Gael. He has provided guidance for me many times in my life, indeed in my darkest hour.
Isn't Gael this is out of character,
Gael the streamlined man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so...
He has some
Milo will
pretty
snort
raunchy
and-
religious tomes.
Yes.
Milo will snort and turn away.
That's what I was trying to make sure.
I mean, you're gonna bring him here, or you're just gonna talk them through
And then everyone starts
ceremony
boning.
and prayer and all that.
You see, at Milo's reaction, you see like a frown flicker across Ethren's face, but he quickly goes back to his neutral posture. Well, the way that we consult with Gael, those of us who are faithful to him, is through the art of song.
Great.
Singing.
Yes. When you sing with Gael in mind, when you do it in order to commune with him, he fills you with his divine inspiration and helps you see the way forward.
Right, so your mentor's a god?
Something like that. Shortly after Lysta left my tutelage, I went through a bit of a dark time in my life, and it was only once I came across several of Gael's adherents that they helped me realize that I needed to pay more attention to myself and try and make myself in the world a better place. All of us try to strive to achieve and bring into this world physical perfection and the wonder of the natural world.
So is he like a god of magic then?
Well,
He's the god of the
natural
elves
magic, like
and
the
child
stuff Lysta
abandonment.
can do.
What? I wouldn't say doesn't just belong to the elves.
Nor does he just belong to those who use magic. He, like all of those of Urgoth, supports life on this planet.
yes. Anyways, perhaps we can get something if we try consulting him. Is there a quiet, secluded place that we could commune?
I point
No.
to the rafters.
I was gonna look at one of the box rooms. Sort of.
Well, there might be a
Go to the
park
roof.
or two. There's one Sasha really likes to go to that is pretty empty most of the time.
You know, it might be wise to go outside the city.
That makes sense. Maybe there's fresh air. up there.
How far away are we from an exit
Not that
of
far.
the city? Okay.
We'll say that
And-
this one's a freebie.
Okay.
And we're in the Regina. There's not like a wall with a gate you have to go through. It's just
Great.
Yeah,
kind of
there's no wall with a
the
gate.
city stops.
The Twilight Cudgel isn't particularly interested in you, and they're the major force here, so.
We're good here. Right?
Oh, yeah, we forgot to mention that this cult that has ties to all of the law enforcement in town also has ties to the black market in town.
Oh, and the government.
And the government, yeah. Basically, every structure of power here, they have infiltrated to some degree.
Not everyone, though. There's some individuals who are not part of that.
Oh, yes, the monastery so far seems to be pretty safe.
A couple shopkeepers, and, you know.
Oh, you mean
Of all of the
ones that are invested in... No, wait, I wasn't there for that. I wouldn't know about that.
of all of the possibly
The other cult.
compromised organizations, you're definitely best off going with the crime syndicates there. The most sensible, as per usual.
Well, I mean, they're also technically working with the...
Yeah, he's...
No, their loyalty lies with whoever hands them the coin.
No, it's been pretty clear that they'll use us and see what we do, but if they are asked to, they will turn us in.
The men are for
You're-
their leaders will be manipulated by the powers. That's why it's going on.
Your view of this is very inaccurate, but believe what you wish.
I feel like she told us she'll give us some information and see what will happen with us, but other than that, she's more invested in keeping her stocks open.
And staying
Yes.
Yeah.
She specifically said she doesn't like to go against her business partners and that the cult was her business partner.
And then she also gave us information on them and a map to all their locations. Read
She says
between
a
the
lot.
lines.
No,
This
I
all
think she is
sounds
trying to help us.
very complicated.
It is.
Takes a professional.
Well, let us adjourn. Perhaps communing with Gael will help make things more clear.
Fine, let's go now.
Yeah.
Yes, I much prefer the simplicity of home.
I'm going to make myself a green elf while we walk this way, because I took this spell.
Oh, we're all going?
Yeah. You're all going.
I mean, unless you don't want to.
Satina will be back.
I was, okay, I guess I can stay here.
You can come with.
Okay, but who will watch Sasha?
Sasha should come with.
I want to come with.
Oh boy, now it's a field trip. Okay. Let's.
Another thing is, Sasha is this young girl here, has shown quite a great potential with nature.
Oh? Why don't you show me what you've learned so far?
Cool, yeah, I can do this.
And she just kind of like tries to focus really hard, and then nothing happens.
I will say the past couple days that I haven't been here, I've been working with her.
It feels more impressive than it looks.
No, I can sense that there was something rousing within you. Perhaps, yes, this will help further bring you along the path. Anyways, so you all head out of the city, and just as you think, like, okay, you've probably gotten far out enough, keep on going, and then keep on going, until finally...
Nature.
Okay, I think this will do well. Here, please follow me. He takes you all off the path, and you kind of like weave your way through this like really dense vegetation that just kind of like scrapes at your skin. Like you can feel your nose kind of filling with the pollen of spring. But you emerge out into this large clearing, and Ethren begins going about setting up what looks to be a small campfire as the sun is setting on the horizon.
I'll help.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna look to Ray and be like, "Hey, go ahead." Or are you doing something?
I was gonna say, I will go about and gather some food for people.
Ooh, I wanna come with.
All right.
Don't get lost now.
So,
Don't worry, we're in my home terrain for once.
who else is doing stuff?
I was just going to, be setting up some things, whatever, mundane camps type things, and talk to Rhea and be like, so, is this the first time outside of the city for you? Like, it's not far, but...
Yeah. And it's kind of nice. I was just talking to Nala about how I'd wanted to leave the city. And here I am.
The city.
I didn't realize the horizon actually went that far that direction. It's my first time out too. Yeah.
I have
Always
a really narrative-breaking question, but it's totally pointless. General science knowledge. Do we know that the world is a circle, or do we think it's flat?
Well, the world definitely isn't a circle.
Do you mean like a
It connects.
sphere?
Yeah.
The world's a sphere, and everybody basically knows it.
Okay. I
we
mean, there's
just, like-
probably a few cultists who swear that it's flat.
Abby, even when people thought it was flat, they thought it was
And this is just lightly forested plains, right? Outside of Aquila.
No, so you're in you just went through some pretty thick vegetation, and now you're
Okay.
in this clearing.
Gotcha. Okay. Right
I'm
on.
gonna familiarize myself with the surrounding terrain, such
Okay.
that I'll have an advantage fighting on the ground.
It's just the air smells different, and kind of it's peaceful. There's not people shouting in the distance and things like that.
Yes, I've invited you out to the to the orchard that I work at, Dimitri, and this is why. It's nice out here. It doesn't smell like piss.
Well, you work a lot closer to the walls and such, so I didn't think it would be like this.
And this is when, secretly, Lysa's just like, so it's not just me that's bothered by that smell.
But
yeah.
no, I was just pointing it out.
It's beautiful out here.
I grab a leaf and look at it.
I take it from your hand so I can look at it.
Somebody yells from the distance, that's poison ivy now.
We both have poison ivy. Thank you for shipping us with poison ivy.
And that's when the ticks attack.
Okay. So as you all are... Oh, I'll save that for after. Is anybody around in the chat who wants to do how to end the world, or should we just proceed to break?
Who wrote TikTok?
That is Alex.
Ah.
Your name's right there on the overlay!
Actually, they're two different names.
Oh, did I get it wrong?
That was the name of my old account, whose password I totally remembered. I promise.
Well, you know what I say to that.
Also, I did get a 22 on survival to subsist.
Oh no,
Nature.
we're gonna get to that, but I think that the chat is currently vacant, so we are just gonna switch to. Oh.
Oh.
Nope, that's somebody who is justifying why I should turn off links in chat. Anyways, yeah, we'll be right back. Okay.
Praise the sun.
Everyone.
Praise the
Anybody
yum.
got more cream for that?
It's topical.
Okay. So we're
I have sunburn
gonna
right now.
We're bad. Unrehearsed.
we're gonna pick up where we left off, and yeah. So
I just want to repeat something I said over break so that the audience can hear it. Milo and Dimitri specifically probably heard as we were marching out here, Piotr say under his breath several times, "Fucking elves."
okay. Anyways,
silently. Like,
I bet you
he said
Lysta
that.
also hears that.
Yeah.
No, he knows exactly how good her hearing is. He's making sure to say when she's not around.
If Milo and Ymitri can hear it, I can hear it.
I mean, assuming you're always present.
okay.
Aren't
Not
you
like,
gathering
I don't
food
know.
right now?
Going off to gather food.
Let's not worry about the specifics of that.
Sure.
So, out gathering food, Lysta and Sasha.
I just have like a 22 passive perception.
Okay.
So, that Ethren guy's pretty cute. I saw how you're looking at him.
I don't think the button works, Abby. Stop trying. He is quite an attractive man.
So, are you gonna ask him out? You know you want to.
There's wanting to, and it's also a little bit weird. I mean, he basically taught me how to be a druid for like 50 years, so...
That was a long time ago. It basically doesn't even count anymore.
Fair, I guess.
I love you, Sasha. I love you.
I don't know. I've not had the best of luck with relationships in my life.
Technically, that is longer than.
I mean, you haven't had the best of luck with other relationships, but what about this one?
I don't... Well, what about you and Zappy Boy?
I told you to stop calling him that. He has a name, and he's really cute, and I just need him to put his scarf out his window, and then we can see each other again.
It's fair.
It's not my fault that Calyx is a butt.
Have you guys held hands yet?
I mean, we played a game of spin the bottle, and I won.
Oh. You did?
Yeah. Wasn't your Leshy there for that?
I mean, yes, but it's not like I'm always present and paying attention to what he's doing. He does have a will of his own.
Oh, weird. I just kind of thought that he was like, you know, when you have the cans and then the string running between them, I thought it was kind of like that.
It's a bit more of an empathic communication, so I don't necessarily hear everything. It's not necessarily in words, it's more like, it's a lot more generalized. But when you've been, you know, communicating with something for long enough, it's like speaking words, I guess.
That's confusing.
Yeah, it's... You get impressions and, like, visions more than direct words. And also, while I have that connection, I can kind of just ignore it. Turn it off. Not pay attention.
Wait. The only reason we're talking about this is because you changed the subject away from going out with Ethren.
Shit. Got me.
Look, I know you always want to say no to things, but like, sometimes you gotta say yes. You get me?
I'm not...
The real life advice.
From a 10-year-old, too.
This is a spunky ass 10-year-old, and I know some 10-year-olds.
Like 3 of them?
I used to do childcare, but keep playing.
I guess, but now might not be the best of times to do so.
Okay, so I guess you should probably wait until after the blood god is summoned and the city is destroyed. Yeah, it sounds like a better plan.
But ideally, that's not going to happen. We're trying very hard to make sure that doesn't. I don't know if you've noticed, but we have nearly, bloodied ourselves trying to stop that.
Look, I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know how long he's going to be in the city for. They just said they were going to send help. Also, I can't imagine there are great date spots in the city, seeing as it smells like piss everywhere.
I mean, so the
Not
clearing back
everywhere.
there was a pretty good date spot, though.
But everyone else is here.
Well, not now. Have some class.
That's why I was saying it's not exactly a great one right now. It's because everyone's here. Also,
Well, yeah, but later.
if he's also going to be staying in the warehouse, what if he says no while he's staying in the warehouse? It's not exactly like...
I don't know. I saw how he was looking at you, too.
Also, since when were you a matchmaker? Weren't you trying to get me with your dad?
What can I say? I was just born with it. I had the instinct.
Well, you should really use your magic on Rhea and Dimitri. They're running around each other is starting to get pretty annoying.
I know, right? Look, I'll try my best, but, it really runs counter to my intuition.
How many mangoes does a man have to bring a woman before she figures it out?
Right? That's second, third base materials. Giving a man your mangoes.
Oh God.
The other way around.
Oh. Giving a woman your mangoes.
Oh, Piotr and Milo do have quite a bit in common. They're both very grumpy.
I think they would make a cute couple. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should try and make that happen.
we should.
Maybe give them some time alone in the warehouse. Explore their feelings.
Well, that might be a double-edged sword. It might either they explore their feelings or they somehow come up with a great way to murder people.
Actually, now that you mention it, this would explain a lot about Dad's past relationships.
Is it him being grumpy or...
No, the him and Milo thing. It would explain a lot.
Okay. Because he's, rather than getting time to know them, he's just planning how to kill people with them.
I mean, something like that.
Okay.
Let's just say that my talents are wasted on him.
Says the 10-year-old.
I love her.
I hate that I can't channel the spirit when I'm playing anybody over the age of 16.
Anyways, I think I have enough stuff now.
She's carrying around this big, heavy armful of fruits and stuff.
Should we
yes.
probably go back?
Yes, we should have enough.
Okay. You all head back, and yeah, so by now Ethren has the roaring fire going. You can kind of see everybody basking in its glow as the twilight has set in, and there's just kind of the crackle and spark, and every once in a while an ember will hit you on the skin. It's nice campfire times. But anyways, so I'd like everybody to sit in a circle, please.
Okay.
Gestures.
Sit in a circle.
Yes.
Sit
Yes.
next to Rhea.
Okay.
Between Rhea and Satina.
Okay. Now, close
That's
your
where
eyes.
I was gonna sit.
Get out of here. I'll come kick you in the butt a little bit if you're already there. Otherwise, I sit down.
No, Milo just said it as you were about to sit down and then sits down on the other side.
Wait, the other side of Satina or the other side of Rhea?
The other side of Rhea.
Elbows in hot.
Oh, hey, Piotr, you should sit here.
And Sasha sits with an empty space between her and Milo and just kind of
Okay.
pats it.
Yes.
Okay. And then Piotr goes and sits down, none the wiser.
Lysta will give Sasha a bit of a smirk.
Do I catch the smirk? I want to be in on this so badly.
Go ahead and roll perception.
It's okay. I will not roll well. I rolled a 2. So, with my perception bonus, that's an 8.
Nope.
You
Sorry,
see some
buddy.
neat things in the fire.
Okay. Yes, now that we're all settled, please, everyone, close your eyes. He waits.
How good's his perception?
And
Milo's gonna close them and then like peek a little bit.
I feel like I'm gonna peek too,
Definitely
but
all
just to,
peeking, man.
just to see. I'm
Met
peeking.
this guy.
I'm peeking just to see if Dimitri's peeking.
I'm peeking at you. Left eye. Oh,
And then once I see that
Smile.
you're peeking, I'm gonna be like, Dimitri!
I'm gonna go back with my eyes closed and just
Guys.
crunch them closed the rest of the time.
settle down.
Just
settle
fuck
down.
already.
Oh!
What was? How was? How
I
was
don't
it?
know if that was out of character.
How was it described on Community? The tension between Britta and main character Jeff. Like right before the paintball scene, it was like you guys are like friends, but without the something.
Yeah, without the chemistry.
I'm kidding. Anyways, so
I don't remember the words.
it was something. It was a really good. It was a really good line. and I'm sad I
Community's
don't
funny.
remember it.
Most of the
Community's
lines
good.
in it are pretty good.
It's a great show. You should all watch it. Again.
I am for the first time.
Yay.
Anyways, you see that his eyes are closed while you all are peeking, so he doesn't notice.
I wasn't peeking.
I only
Sending
peeked
my
because I
uncanny
knew
dodge
Dimitri
senses.
was peeking.
My eyes are closed now.
Okay. I want you all to take a minute to think of freedom, of travel, of new experiences, and of the beauty of nature. And hopefully, if we focus in enough on this feeling, we can bring Gael here with us tonight. And he grabs his medieval lute instrument type thing.
Pulls out actual guitar.
Theme appropriate, but
He's
I
got
don't,
like a pedal board and everything.
I don't have any. I don't have any better instruments, so we're going with this one. Okay. Darkest night approaches, and nothing we do fights it back. Hope this plight, miserable sorrow, nothing can our dour frowns crack. Fishmen and blood mothers and ancient gods rise up. Towins everywhere cower at the hate that fills their cup. Guidance we need from the one who sees. Guidance we need from one. Guidance we need from one who sees. Guidance we need from the one. I feel a presence. He's here, Gael. I can feel him filling me with his divine inspiration.
Peek it right in.
4 stones they bring hope, they can stave off the night. Mother's soul they hold, and with them we shall fight. Blood ritual nears, bringing her into this world, but I'll tell you, my friends, we got this. My soul's full of determination beginning to unfurl. Let's give those damn bastards a twirl. Guidance we seek from the one who sees. Guidance we seek from one. Guidance we seek from the one who sees. Guidance we seek. Shit. Child, I will give you the divine inspiration you need to face this threat. Carry out the counter-ritual I have buried inside you in the triumph of the looming dark night. Counter-ritual performed. holds the core of our might. Foe turns to friend, and with that ends our plight. Night ends, sorrow stops, the city sees one more day. The Fang shall fall while the whole city sings our praise. Guidance received from the one who sees. Guidance received from the one. Guidance received from the one who sees. Guidance received from the one. Guidance received from the one who sees. Important guidance from the one. Guidance received from the one who sees. Thank you, Gael, for your guidance.
Right on.
I see it now. Gael has shown me the way forward. We must perform a counter-ritual. The Fang has already begun setting up a 17-pointed sigil on the rooftops throughout the city. And at its center, they will gather their souls of the Blood Mother. But with the souls that we've acquired already, with the pieces of her, we can warp their ritual and bring her into this world, not as a creature of the dark, but as a creature of the light.
So just like one thing to mess up all 17.
No, we only need to bring the 4 stones above the point where they are gathering their souls in the aftercrypts. I will need some protection from you all, but I believe I know what I must do to prevent the evil that waits at our doorstep.
So it's that then.
I am very tired. Being touched by the divine inflicts a great burden on a soul.
Would
and
you
I
like
have
to
much
make...
preparation to do.
Do we have time to rest here, or would you like me to carry you back?
I am accustomed to sleeping in nature. Gael gives many comfortable beds, if only you know where to look. But yes, let us retire for the night.
You'll find comfortable beds out here?
Did I bring my tent?
Did you?
Well, if I knew that we were planning on camping, I would have. But I didn't necessarily. Abby, didn't think we were planning on camping.
You can do whatever you want. We didn't establish it.
I did not bring my tent. That feels like the right. I
did not bring my tent.
I made amends enough to not bring my outdoor stuff.
I will help you all prepare. Lysta and I have much experience in this sort of thing.
I should own a tent.
So, is nobody going to address that weird voice that we heard?
I was more impressed by the working counter ritual into the song in the rhyme scheme.
Yeah.
And the meter.
Truly divine.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
That was badassy, and that was some Tenacious D fantasy shit. That was sweet. That was cool.
Thanks.
Not gonna lie, you may be the first elf, besides Lysta, to have actually earned a little bit of respect from me.
I might have spent all Monday on it.
Dude, yeah, that was good. Like, that was sweet.
Yeah. Although I did do that thing where I forgot to set the foot pedal to the right thing, so I had to hurry and get it on the right one.
Oh, shit.
You called it.
And then Sasha became God.
That would have been terrible.
Child, I will give you the divine inspiration you need to face this threat. Carry out the counter ritual.
She grows to 60 feet tall and just starts telling us stuff.
Piotr just...
Bow before your new god.
Piotr, kiss Milo already. Jeez.
God, like, seriously, we've been waiting for it all season.
You've been dancing around each other for weeks.
So it sounds like you guys are making nature beds, like a nature dwelling or whatever out here with you guys' druid shit. This dude's level 20, right?
The subsist roll under survival is for shelter and food, so.
Yes.
Well, that's convenient.
But we're going to say that you're experienced enough where, like, if you don't feel like rolling it, you don't have to. You just take a time. And Ethren helps, so.
I do also have forager, so I can provide for even more people.
Yes. You feast on a wonderful bounty of fruit and nuts.
What types of fruit?
Mangoes.
Mangoes.
Stolen from a nearby mango grove.
Oh yeah.
I love mango.
A man can only give you so many mangoes before you need to, like,
God,
At
figure
least-
it out.
Oh, if we're
acknowledge
sleeping-
his feelings.
If we're sleeping out in the woods, then you know,
I
Probably
mean,
gonna
under the
sleep close.
starlight.
probably going to sleep close under the starlight. You know, not on top of each other, but you know, fairly close.
I'm not gonna let you sleep on top of me.
Like, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But I do, you know, I would stargaze for the night. So, with person, if she'd like.
Yeah. It's a clear night out. There's, like, you know, grasshoppers chirping and the night sky is clear and you can see the twinkle of the stars much clearer than you ever could in the city since,
Wow,
you know,
there's
you're
so
so
many
far.
more stars in this sky.
Do you think?
Wait.
Oh, oops.
Wait, what's that, like, weird blob? I've never seen that before.
I think that one is called Divine Insight.
It kind of looks like a potato to me. But,
Isn't that a cloud?
No, like with all the stars in it?
I don't know. What's that thing going kind of across the middle?
It's a meteor and it's headed right for us!
Can we all roll to see if we see a shooting star?
Sure. Flat check DC 17.
Oh boy.
Who do I trust?
Ghostbusters.
I do not.
I don't see one. I look and I glance and I thought I saw one, but one. There it is. He gets stung in the
Joe
eye by a
strikes
mosquito
again.
while trying to glare.
That one.
No shooting stars.
Joe, what do you got?
I got a nat 1.
I also got a nat 1.
Okay. I thought with the pose that you got, like, something good.
Oh no, that's just the first time I've rolled nat 1 when it mattered.
I got a 12. Anyone got higher
When
than
it
that?
mattered. Do we see a shooting star? We're camping.
Oh, hey, I think I found one.
Don't
Where? I start.
Oh,
looking.
it's, nope, there it goes. Sorry.
don't some gods get like constellations and things?
You can go
at
ahead
night?
and roll perception. Yeah.
That's a 17 on the nose.
She's fucking with you.
That's my girl.
Do y'all think Guile has a constellation up there?
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. Maybe we could see it now or something like that. I mean, we heard his voice. I've seen a face or something. Could even be more, but I just never heard anything like that before.
His constellation is in the shape of a... Shit, Ian, god damn it. Why does Rick and Morty run through my head right now? I was gonna say a buff man. Great. You know what?
That'd be great because Guile's the streamlined man.
Nope. I mean, he is buff, don't get me wrong. But no, he has a constellation in the form of a leaf.
No, you know what I was going to say.
Uh-huh. And if you've watched Rick and Morty recently, the new episodes, then everybody knows what we're referring to.
Oh my god, I haven't watched any of the new season.
There are 4 new
Same.
episodes.
Not yet.
They're,
A lot of
they're
them-
good.
I'm on
The
season
first
2.
one is
Of the...
beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
So, to be clear, They started releasing episodes for season 4 a while ago, and then they started releasing more again recently.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the second half of season 4.
Yeah.
Well,
The first
sounds
episode
like-
of the second half is a mindfuck.
Well, sounds like we got a plan for how to go forward. This is
Yeah.
better than usual.
And you doubted him.
Well, I didn't doubt he could do it. I just
Have you all
Well,
not tried?
Yes, I doubt everything.
Have you all not tried consorting with the gods, trying to receive their guidance so
Not
far?
tried on purpose. That doesn't mean they haven't told me to do things.
Kind of figure the gods let things get the way they are, so they didn't care.
I've always been taught to speak to the gods, and I do, but the gods choose who they speak back to.
Well,
It's okay if they don't choose me.
Gods have the power to speak out to us. I feel like it would certainly be easier for them to do so than the other way around.
Says someone who the gods have spoken to.
no, I haven't tried to speak to the gods.
well. I do hope that this set a good example.
But this brings up the question. If we can turn her into a god of the side of light, can we do that to others?
The Blood
I
Mother.
doubt any of the others are going to try the same method after seeing what goes on with this one.
Well, she's the only one that was sealed that I know of.
Yes, the Bloodtide Mother, or the Bloodtide Sovereign, is a bit of a oddity in that she is the only one who has been sealed away on another plane. I am surprised to learn that Toans were able to bring parts of her into this world.
Well, so
That's-
apparently her niece is a part of the cult.
And that would mean that there's a daughter of one of the other sisters of Cinder, wouldn't there? Wouldn't
But
that?
she is currently away on a business trip.
Business trip. And this didn't sound suspicious to you at all.
Well, so specifically Milo was pretending to be a higher up of the cult that we had dispatched of and managed to convince them that he was her, and that's how we got some of this information. He was also told to go visit, I don't remember what it was called, but apparently only higher ups in the cult are allowed to know of it. Milo?
Yes. I'm supposed to go out and let the,
Ragnar.
I was like, with the Ragnar. I almost said Rancor, and I was like, I know that that's not it.
That's
Release the Rancor!
I have to go speak to the Ragnar and update them on the current status.
Oh, and did Kalix say where Mira was going?
No. Just that she had important matters to attend to. Making sure that everything was on task to begin at the correct time.
I think they found out that Valley is dead by now.
I don't believe
I-
so, actually.
Joe?
It's been a few days.
No, well, yeah, she's supposed to be on
and
a
she's
business
supposed to
trip.
be out of the city, meeting the Ragnar.
How long was that trip, did you say? Like a week or 3 days or
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
just
Given
concerned?
how far away the Godscar Mountains are, probably at least a week.
Right.
And even then, they'll just assume that, like, the Ragnar's killed her, or, like, she just never made it.
Apparently they didn't really care too much for them in the first place. They weren't, generals or anything.
This is troubling, though. It seems odd that they would send somebody so high up in the organization away at such a critical time.
They brought
I
in
wonder-
3 like her.
Like Mira.
No, like Valia. She's a woman who wore a fox mask.
I was speaking of Mira.
Yes, Mira.
It's just been kind of stuck in my head that she would go on a business trip at a time such as this, when her aunt is on the eve of her aunt returning to this world. What possible motivation could she have to leave at such a critical juncture?
Possibly she's not leaving from here, but there's something that is even more pressing somewhere else, something even more dire.
Well, and you said that Ashnikor might not be gone?
That is what a lot of the cultists have been implying.
Is he another one of these gods who got sealed away?
He's supposed to be dead.
Yes, he is. Well,
Which
you know,
Supposed to be.
begs the question, if we make her a part of the light, will that continue to drain Urgoth's power faster?
no, all Woken derive their power from the god who woke them. So, just as Hortus now still draws his power from Ashnikor, the Bloodtide Sovereign, I forget her actual name, will continue to draw from them as well.
So I wouldn't say so much Hortus is, exactly on the side of light.
Valast, that's what it is. Sorry, continue.
I wouldn't exactly say Hortus is terribly invested in the side of light.
Oh?
I wouldn't say he's terribly invested in the side of dark either. He just kind of seems to be.
Yes, he is a very single-minded god. I haven't had the pleasure of consorting with him personally, but I do know several
Very
who
cocky.
follow him. That tracks.
I believe you had that covered with God.
Oh, there are several quite humble gods, in fact. For instance, one of the most well-known funeral songs we have today comes from Molly, after she was lamenting the fallen at one of the great battles of the wars.
Catfoot's always just promoted the ideal of hard work,
Exactly.
dedication,
Well,
unwavering faith in yourself.
while some certainly have a sour attitude, Hortus, Mordred, Gorninkak, many of them are quite humble.
I will say Hortus, he's just more cocky in his power rather than his personality. Kind of like you. No, Piotr.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure what power you're talking about, but
You're very secure in your ability to hide from people. At least,
I guess I don't see that as power, but I'll take the compliment.
it's a power of a kind. It's an ability. It's an ability that not everyone has. I mean, you see how tall I am? And the green doesn't... Well, I mean, I guess, like, I can blend in here in nature, but in the city, a bit of a sore thumb.
I can disguise you and make you look like something else.
I'm not saying I dislike how I look. I'm just saying that stealth is a power of sorts.
Perhaps we should retire for the night. We've had many heavy conversations, and I fear my soul may crack if we have any more.
Well, what about that time? Never mind.
These leaf beds are pretty comfy. Just lay down. Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
I mean-
No matter which way I turn, I got a bloody great root in my back.
Probably would have made like hammocks.
Yeah, what are we
I like to
sleeping
think
in?
that Piotr's like, no, I can make my own place to sleep. And then he has like this big root underneath him.
No, if they're offering hammocks, he'll take a hammock. He's not that prideful.
My hammock's next to Rhea's.
Do I just one extra large hammock?
No.
Okay.
Being
Anyways.
quite presumptive of them.
Anyways. So.
Sasha, you did a persuasion check on us.
Anyways, you all go to sleep in your various accommodations, and you awake in the morning. There's wet dew on the ground. The sun is just beginning to peek over the horizon, even though it's like, a couple hours into it's like 7 or 8. You all smell the scent of vegetables being grilled over the fire, as Ethren seems to have woken up a little bit early to try and get things ready.
You can cook too.
Well, yes, I make sure to keep myself well fed and fit in any circumstance.
Cool. And I'll hop out and kind of join him. Well, not get in his way, but join him while he's cooking.
I'll go over. Ooh, got some real nice ones.
Oh, yes, there are many very ripe fruit trees around here. It is that time of year.
It's been hard to be away from the gardens.
I can imagine. I wasn't in the city for that long, but I felt myself itching to escape from the moment I stepped foot off the boat.
Damn it, just kiss already!
Excuse me?
This is good.
Sasha, manners.
Yeah, where'd that
Say,
come from, Salsa?
please kiss already.
Oh,
Is she
Okay, coming
always
from
like
you.
this?
Yes, she's very straightforward.
Only when it's important.
You're always straightforward. Can't always be important.
Well, maybe it's always important.
If everything's important, nothing's important.
That just
Which
means
is
that
the
she's an
truth.
important person.
Which is
Everything
the truth.
for her.
Nothing is important.
She like
No, Sasha, see, when you're an important person, then everything's important for you, but other people's doings and goings on, they aren't important, but everything you happen to be doing is important.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna whisper over to Ether. She's easily sidetracked, though.
Anyway, Sasha, I think it's time I tell you how to juggle. Great for hand-eye coordination, very important for basically every line of business.
Oh, that sounds really cool. Yeah, let's.
oh, thank God.
Oh. There were like 3 bean bags or something to toss me, and all Piotr's juggling knives.
Anyways, I believe I'm probably going to be a little scarcer over the next few days. I have many supplies and materials to gather, and, well, I know you all are in a bit of a pinch in terms of mobility.
So you don't need help or anything to set up?
I will need help on the day of the ritual,
Which is
1 week from today. The hoof,
So-
or the plow.
it'll be the third plow of the fruit.
Yes, the third plow of the fruit. That is when Gael told me that they will be carrying out the ritual. Oops, I forgot to update scene and mission again.
I've now spelled Ethren 3 different ways in my book, or in my notes.
Ethren.
The E-N.
What does that spell? Ethren.
Ethren, he's our man.
If
If he
can't
can't
do
stop
it,
the
no
ritual,
one
we're
can.
fucked.
Gary,
much, though.
he's our guy.
Things are either going to go really, really well or really, really bad.
We'll
All
all
right.
die or we won't.
Milo will spend some time to use reagents to make his items in the morning. Because that's how you do when you
Damn it,
make all your
Lysta.
items every day.
Damn it, Marit.
What?
Bringing up Gary. Now I'm imagining Ashnakor as Ash from Pokemon. Now I'm really motivated to kick his ass.
Kick his ash.
Exactly.
But what? I mean, this explains everything. The world is turning to ash.
No, we don't need to relive that pun, thank you.
It was the best part of that movie.
No, that's not true. The Lugia song was the best part of that movie.
Actually, the best part was the bad guy's flying machine.
Moving on.
The best part was the
Sorry, distract. We are like Sasha. We are easily sidetracked.
I am not. Also, that's a really pretty flower.
I rest my case.
Okay. So the next big scene that we have is Anananke. Again, whose name you don't know yet, the Watcher of the Fire. I really need to be more
Oh,
careful about
Ananake?
things.
We were supposed. I forgot it until just now.
Whatever, it's
I
fine.
feel like that was let go last time.
It's
and
my
I
own fault
forgot.
for leaving it like that in my notes. She's arriving in Maros.
Okay, Mononoke is arriving in Maras.
Where
Ooh,
at?
I like that princess.
Madoka is arriving in Maros, yeah. So we can
But
skip
is
to
she
that.
Magica?
I mean, maybe we'll find out.
She does watch the fire.
Can I apply a second rune in that time while we're waiting to a separate knife?
Sure, if you have it.
I do. I have a second one.
I should probably read the rules on runes because you guys are getting up to that level, but
I
Can't do it if you got him.
they're I have a rune. I have magical crafting, and I have runestone and weapon. Whatchamacallit? I want to say weapon familiarity runes, weapon potency runes. So I can give a weapon +1 on the attack roll and make it able to take other runes as well.
okay.
I can turn weapons into magic weapons.
At some point, I might ask you to do that to my bow, but today's not the day.
It's expensive. I have like no money now.
After the stream, tell me how much it is.
Anyways,
I will say that probably after that whole have you guys not commune with the gods at all?
You'll commune with the gods more.
I'm gonna try and get in contact with Hortus, see if I can convince him to help us.
okay. How do you do that?
Well, things I know about Hortus. He wants people to sow their seeds.
So you're gonna
seriously?
go sow some seeds?
No.
I think you should.
Wait,
I'm gonna
seriously?
go garden a lot.
Oh, you mean literally? Okay.
No, it isn't the way intended, but I'm gonna actually just sow seeds.
Okay.
I'm gonna garden.
She's gonna sow seeds. She's not gonna sow seeds.
Is
Milo
anybody-
will just put the bottle of bottled lightning on his work table while he works.
Okay. Yeah, you can give yourself a +1 bonus to the next craft check you do.
Okay.
I reward engaging in the world. It's
No,
fine.
I'm 100% down for it. Does it have to be at my crafting table, or is it just any craft check I make?
At your crafting table.
Cool.
And I'll expect that Milo reflect on the teachings of Gordon Kak during, also known as how to blow stuff up.
Also, stop looking for that thing that heals everything. That's been done, man. Do cooler things.
Yeah, that's what she said to him, and he was like, so it can be done.
But it's boring. It already exists.
You must imitate before one can innovate.
Dimitri Piotr.
This
Pick
is
a
back in
god,
the
any
warehouse.
god.
Oh, pick a god. Oh, gods.
Okay, Piotr.
Talking about specifically god-related activities, or
Are you going to engage in any sort of god-related activities or no?
I'm going to say a silent prayer to the god that doesn't exist of shadows, thievery, and sneakerhood.
I mostly just kind of would observe both Rhea and potentially Lysta both doing their stuff, but I don't do anything specifically myself.
I'm gonna write that down and use that later.
If there's ever been a god that would have an excuse to not be on the list, and I swear to God, I swear to Urgoth, if Gael starts talking to me, I'm just gonna be like, how'd you get this number?
You don't have good enough singing voice.
Good.
Rhea, are you doing anything in particular?
I'll say a prayer to Urgoth. You're welcome.
Yeah, I will meditate more
You
seriously.
can't pray to Urgoth. You have to send him things via the spell sending. Hey God, it's me again.
Yeah,
Inside jokes.
I will just meditate, but like with renewed vigor. Like I feel like I've been meditating, during the seeking, but it's more been like, I'm supposed to. This is my duty.
But now that you've heard a god, you're just kind of like,
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Okay. Okay. I know
I
what
just
Piotr's
had my
actually
first
gonna do.
period, and
And
Piotr-
this is
Piotr
an awkward
isn't gonna-
book.
There we go.
Beautiful. I love it.
Piotr isn't going to pray to anybody. He's just going to renew his own training and working on his own skills.
Okay.
gonna
And then it
keep
turns
like
out you are most in line with Gael. This is focused on self-perfection.
Fucking elves.
you just like every once in a while
exactly
you'll
what
see
Gael would
Piotr
say.
like climb into the rafters, and then he'll disappear, only to
That's my
reappear
boy.
in a different
Disappears
corner.
into the distance.
Okay.
Turns out Gael's my dad.
Rhea, what are some skills that you have and are proficient in?
Well, I'm really good at acrobatics, but I'm also good but less good at athletics and diplomacy and religion and society and stealth.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You can have a +1 to, you said athletics.
Yeah,
Just next time.
sure.
Acrobatics was her best one.
Acrobatics. Yeah, +1 to acrobatics. Frankly, both work for Catfoot.
Okay.
Hoo ha ha. Sorry. Every time his name comes up.
So, yeah. Time goes on, and eventually you reach the point in time where you know that the one who watches the fire is going to arrive. And you were told where to meet, but not explicitly. So, what do you do?
I thought she said she was coming to us.
No, she said she'll meet you at the something where Piotr wants something.
Oh, right, at the bar.
Yeah.
We go to the
Going
bar.
to Piotr's bar?
Oh God, we're going to my bar. Oh, my boss might be there. Oh no.
That's over near where I can
Dimitri,
pick up
can
my
you
money.
make Piotr look different?
Yeah, I can do that.
You should make him
He's embarrassed.
look like a full elf.
Okay.
The same, but just pointier ears.
Why
Well,
do I
and
hang
a
out with
bit
you people?
grayer
I
skin.
have to decide if this is the spell I want to have for the day.
Don't
Maybe-
bother. I can deal with it.
A bit rockier. Or you could just chug a bunch of the infiltrator potions that Milo has.
Yeah, you could just be like, act like you're super paranoid and only drink from your own flask. But bars don't like that.
Guys, I can deal with it.
Are you sure?
That's
We just
not
want to
in
make sure you're
disguise.
comfortable.
It'll be awkward, but she's probably seen the posters. She'll understand.
Wait, do we
I
have to
hope.
worry about them ratting us out?
We just have to worry
Yes.
about getting there.
Okay.
But also probably yes.
I know a few different ways, but there's a lot more of us than I've ever had, following these routes. And I don't know.
I'm sure we'll all be fine.
We'll just all run on the roofs.
Go ahead and 2 people pick your skill for getting past stuff and roll it.
Can I make a society roll for y'all?
How good is it?
That depends. Are you asking Joe or are you asking the character sheet?
The character sheet?
Plus 10.
Okay. That's about as good as an excuse I had for one of mine, so.
May I roll stealth?
Yes.
I'm happy with Joe rolling society on my behalf.
All right,
Dice.
stealth. Come on, big money, no whammy. It's okay.
Ooh. All right. That's a 15 on die for a 25.
Okay.
23 total.
Cool. You both pass. So through guile and guise.
Through Guy L.
Guile and
Guile.
guise. You manage to weave your way
girls.
through the city and eventually arrive outside the boozy ewer where Piotr once worked.
To the bar.
The bar. You open it and you see the dusty tavern before you. It's a quiet night. You see Ireliki, the gnome owner, trying to bamboozle some poor sailor into thinking that it's Bambadiloff, the gnomish holiday of drinking and respect.
Wow, 2 very mutually exclusive things.
Am I aware of this gnomish holiday, or am I learning of it for the first time?
Why don't you roll society?
Oh, cool. Oh, damn it. I really wanted to not be aware of it. Okay. 26. I
Abby.
rolled a 19 for the first time in like 17 million sessions.
So
And I wanted to fail. It's fine.
it's fine. You remember or recognize that gnomes have a tendency to make up holidays for shits and then insist that other people follow their sacred and long-lived traditions.
Okay.
Like Bambadiloff.
Okay, I would like to try to help this person, this gnome, sell the bluff. And I'll go up to them and do like a very weird hand gesture that's obviously like customary on this holiday.
Is this Rhea trying to help, or is this Abby trying to help?
This is Rhea.
Because Abby has spotted a shenanigan.
Abby does like shenanigans.
Look, I'm just telling you, I've already had 3 beers and you say I need another? Look, you have to respect your gnomish associates during Bambadiloff. It's a very important day.
Good Bambadiloff to you. I'd like to have 4 beers as is customary.
As is customary, this schmuck ordered 3 beers.
What? And I'm gonna size up this schmuck. Is he larger than me or smaller than me?
Does it matter?
Yes.
He's a little bit larger than you.
Listen, good sir, if I am capable of drinking 4 beers in my slight frame, then I think you can as well.
But you got like the muscles and the fine.
I believe in
Okay,
you.
I'll have that last one.
Good
Very
Bambadiloff
lucky.
to you.
No, you have to go straight from the beginning. You can't just pick up in the middle. It's what lazy people do. Come on, order 4. Fine. Oh, my liver is not up to the task, but fine, 4.
Milo, catching onto the joke, will come over and order 4 more as well.
How much do 4 beers cost here?
4 beers cost, let's say, a silver.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's so
that's a
cheap.
big relief. I got really worried for a second.
And then I convert back to Pathfinder 1 currency, and it is 10 gold.
That's fine.
No.
That would only be sad because right now I have 69 gold, which is a number that every time I look at it, I giggle. I'm an adult. It's fine.
But for you, it's on the house. because you're so respectful of our traditions, like a good gentleman.
Thank you.
And you too.
So she gave away 8 beers for helping sell 4. Yep, that's theoretically all right.
Milo will
Now-
tip Silver anyway, because it's customary to tip at Bambadil.
I will also tip a silver. And then I'll say,
Don't forget to
and
tip
when
your
does the
gnomish
clogging
bartender.
start?
Well, okay, so first, Ireliki is like, and Aval, you'll be sure to pick up their tab, right? Right? Fine. Anyways, the clogging starts in, say, 2 hours?
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Anyways, so now that you've finished your shenanigans, you suddenly realize that at a table that is very centrally located, but everybody seems to like be avoiding, like people just kind of unconsciously seem to walk around it, and nobody's serving it. But there's this Baldoratian woman with white robes made of canvas and a long staff ending in a ball swirling with red and green energy. You kind of get this scent as soon as you turn your head of incense, not
Incest.
Incest, dude. Yeah.
incense,
Let's go to this table.
That I smell. Incest.
incense,
Where?
incense, and destiny.
Incense and destiny. I can understand
Milo
where
will
that
go
happened.
over to the table and
words
set one of the 4 beers down in front of her and then sit down.
Question. What all goes into the perfume destiny?
Really just strippers. Sorry.
Strippers go into it? That's dark.
Well, yeah, that's why they call it destinies, because destiny's in the perfume.
Does this
Anyways.
hold true for Girl Scouts as well? Girl Scout cookies.
Yes,
Damn.
it's made of Girl Scouts.
We're getting off track here. So
That's why they're so good.
Yoder sits down at the table with an obviously fake mustache on.
she's wearing a black scarf around her eyes, and despite that, she seems like you get the sense that she's aware of you, even though she's just kind of staring into the distance, and you get this feeling that you should all go over to her. And you do.
I sense destiny here.
I set a beer down in front of her.
Fireball. Just kidding.
No, we ordered beer, not shots of Fireball.
Guy's saying that she casts Fireball.
No, I don't
You are
have that spell. I
the
can...
one that watches the fire, take it?
Yes, I am she.
How did you know about my dream?
I will answer all of your questions in due time. Don't worry. That is what I'm here for, in part.
All of my questions? Milo says curiously.
Well, to the extent that I can answer them, yes.
Can
But-
waters be switched?
What?
So many. Hello, I'm Raya. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, she already knows who all of us are. She's been sending us mysterious letters for like a month now.
Yes, but when you
Indeed.
introduce yourself, it's customary that they introduce themselves back, and that would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Indeed. Anananke. It is a pleasure to meet you all.
I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before.
Her staff wraps you on the back of the head. Too meta. Not even, like, okay. This is in character, just at you, Marit, having the thought.
I know.
Wow,
You
she's
take
able to
one
reach out of the game and slap people? That's terrifying.
She watches the fireman.
Is that code for
And
watching
apparently
the
she watches
stream?
the stream too.
She knew a decision I was going to make in a dream before I had
No,
a dream.
she told you to not make that decision.
Yeah, she knew about the decision I was going to make.
She knew he wasn't gonna listen.
I'm afraid it's a bit more complicated than that. Indeed,
She knew you were
I
going to be offered a choice.
knew. Oh, hey. The timer works. It didn't work last time. That's curious. We're gonna finish this scene. I'll turn it down for next time.
Like, someone's
We don't hear anything over here.
dying.
So, anyways, I knew that you would be presented with that choice, and I could not see the decision that you would make, but despite that, things have gone differently than I would have supposed, regardless.
Do you expect us to make it this far?
Why couldn't you just tell us that Sarah was lying to us?
Yes.
It's complicated. Tell me, how do you see time?
Like a long string?
Well, that's...
Point A to point B?
that makes sense for one such as yourself. But
I feel vaguely insulted.
I see time a bit differently. See, time, let me get on the right notes. Time is like a blazing inferno, burning a path through the forest. We all live in the midst of the flames, unable to get a clear view of anything that's going on amidst the smoke and haze surrounding us. More often than not, we are unable to see more than a few inches in front of our face. But I can see the broader picture. I see where the flames will go, the green trees they will consume, the river that blocks its path to the east, the village that will turn to ash in its wake 3 miles down the road. I cannot tell it what to do, but I can build trenches and redirect it. I can try and clear trees between it and the village. I can also try to provide fuel so that it doesn't burn out entirely. So,
This analogy of yours, what would happen if time burned out entirely?
well, that would mean the end of us all. As a result, it is an end that I try to avoid with great fervor.
Is this the end that the cult is going to get at, even though they think that there's a time after when they make everything dark?
That question is difficult to answer. That is one such end, but not the only one. For instance, there are cataclysmic events that are beyond our comprehension far in the distance that might bring an end to the fire. There are many things going on all over the world, some related to the struggle between light and dark, and some not, that might bring about the end of the flame. I've been working diligently since I've come across this skill to avoid all of them, and up until recently had been succeeding in a sense.
In
What
a
do you mean up
sense?
until recently?
And what changed that?
Well, lately my vision has been lying to me. The fire seems to go in one direction, but instead goes in another. It will leap over barriers, set alight bodies of water, and stop suddenly where ample fuel lies within reach. The distortions appear concentrated in Aquila, and in particular, you 5 seem to have had a great deal of interaction with these distortions. The first was with Dimitri. While I had assumed that certain dark moments on the horizon might be able to be avoided had I sent that letter, it appears that those particular ends are still in play.
Well, that's because he opened the dumb door.
I always knew he would open the door, but
I haven't done
things have
anything else.
not gone the way I expected since.
Okay. Do you know about the cult of the Ordinists? Is that something you've been trying to warn me about?
She takes a second and kind of like screws her face a little in concentration. It's strange, that word. I don't appear to be able to recall it, but there's something hazy that I can sense in the distance.
Is that supposed to mean hazy?
Some sort of looming shadow.
Has this ever happened before? Where there was a haze that you couldn't quite see past?
No, it's very strange. Well, I only have had several short years since I was given this gift. This is entirely unfamiliar to me. Anyways.
Do you know if what we're currently planning will work?
I see the path that you are going down, and I see many potential paths, many potential directions for the flames to head. There is a critical juncture near, not that far off from now, but I am unable to tell where the path will lead. It could end in success, or it could bring about just one step closer the eternal night.
Is there any way you can help us get things done the right way?
Well, I have been guiding you from afar as best as I have been able to until now. For instance, I foresaw the difficult relationship between Lysta here and her contacts, Morok and Dirk, I think it was. I don't know.
Drake?
What it was. Drake. And attempted to aid in that. Oh, hey, thank you for following Aneth Rama.
Right on.
But how did you aid in that?
Oh, there was that letter that I sent a long time ago. I realize a lot has happened since then. You'll recall that there was a letter that you received from the innkeeper at the Big Wave Inn. He was like, oh yeah.
That was pointing to Sarah. Yeah, the
Certain
one that's like,
actions of
don't...
mine may serve multiple purposes. Anyways, about my presence here, I am unfortunately unable to aid you in the upcoming battle. My talents lie in seeing the unseen rather than in physical prowess. But I do wish to observe you and perhaps get a bit more hands-on experience as to the sorts of things that have been causing these distortions. These Ardemists, in particular, intrigue me.
Do you know how I'm to find someone named Dr. Driscoll?
She screws her face in concentration again. Oh my. That is dark indeed. At the foot of the haze of the Ardemists, I see your Dr. Driscoll. I can tell that she has been interfering in these creatures for a very long time. And I'm afraid that she is a very dangerous figure. She has caused much sorrow in her wake. For instance, this Malaman. Have you all met him?
I did.
No, none of it.
A few days
Only.
ago. But,
I know out of character.
a few days ago, I brought Milo to his shop. He's a magic keeper.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but I didn't tell him kind of what we are, what we're doing, or use anyone's names, but he's not affiliated with anything.
Sorry, you said he's not affiliated with anything?
No, we're like not with the Twisted Fang, is specifically what I'm saying.
Yes, well, this Malaman, I see him a long time ago. He was unhappy and had many problems in his life. And then suddenly I see him consumed by the haze. This appears to have happened at the hand of this Drizgral.
Maybe I can help you a little bit further. And I'm going to just focus my thoughts a little bit and cast a mind link and give her all the information I know about the Ordenist in an instant.
Would she then know that you're hearing other...
Oh God. What is this? What are these creatures?
I want to know. That's what I want to find out.
Oh no. You must stop. You must stop consorting with them. I understand now what is behind the haze. They are foul.
What is it? Is it just a thing, or...
Wait, are they the reason that all you've been seeing is fog and haze?
I can only suspect. I can only suspect after seeing that horrid set of images that they are indeed potentially behind the distortions.
After hearing that there are horrid images, I'm just going to turn to Dimitri and kind of raise a brow.
I'm going to put my hand comfortingly on her shoulder. And grip it to remind her that she's not alone.
This explains a lot, though, Dimitri. I have been seeing you dancing on the haze for quite some time, and now I fully understand what's been going on. Of course, I cannot make decisions for you, but I implore you to step away.
Just gotta kind of give Dimitri a glance for a second.
Fine. They gave me this, and I hold out the red potion. So what should I do?
When did you get that back? I mean...
Don't worry about it.
Her eyes kind of... Nope, you can't see her eyes. Her face just kind of gets this expression on it of mild repugnance / surprise. Well, I caught only a limited glimpse of the context behind that particular item. But given what you have heard from this Malaman, and among others, I suggest you get rid of it as soon as possible, although
how do we do
I'm
that?
afraid I cannot see what happens after that eventuality occurs.
Dump it down a drain? Wouldn't that harm everything it touched?
Every rat turns into an octopus monster.
That's not to say we didn't.
I just really want us to have cute little octo rats running around our town, though.
Just lab rats that Milo makes with my potions. But, yeah, back to the scene.
Oh my goodness, that would be the best troll to do on them, though. Oh, you thought I was going to use this on a human? Try a rat.
I have an idea
Well,
of what to do.
we will keep them locked up until we figure out how to destroy them.
Maybe if we burn them with fire.
Well, if to do something to someone's mind, perhaps
Dr. Driscoll could have a taste of it instead.
I don't think anyone should have a taste of it.
I don't know. I feel like I should still meet her to find out, if there's a way to, if she's...
Definitely don't carry any of your demo stuff with you when you do that. I would not trust her. Any of that stuff. She might have some weird, tricky magic stuff if she's been doing this for as long as has been implied.
It's interesting. I see this Driscoll character as the source of these potions that you received. I perchance think that she might have more to do with the Ordenists and might be more closely tied to them than perhaps we originally suspected.
They made me like the way I am, right?
Yes, I gathered as such, but I would be careful. Some of the teachings that I saw while you were sharing your visions with me suggests that they are not entirely straightforward creatures. Indeed, this
You think?
purpose that you encountered concerns me.
Thank you. I've been waiting for someone else to say it.
She's the only lead I have, so I'll just be cautious, I guess. If she's the one blocking you, then she needs to be, I don't know, stopped or muted or something. I can
I know one way to
magic
do
from
that.
things.
We're not going to burn down her house.
Why do you immediately assume that's where I'm going with this?
Done it once. I just assume it's your go-to now.
After one time?
Yes. I mean, it's that or sneak into small children's bedrooms, according to Sasha.
Perhaps Malaman can, be more persuaded to increase the frequency at which she
Just what
visits.
your daughter said.
I will say,
Find out a response.
I've been interested in meeting this Sasha. She seems like a very bright flame in these dark times.
I think she'd like you.
I don't mean to offend you, but I'm not entirely comfortable with my daughter meeting a stranger.
No
It's
offense,
supposed to be
Piotr,
the
but I'm
teacher.
not sure if I'd describe her flame as the brightest anyway.
Oh, thank you, Milo. Oh, you were talking about yourself.
No.
Just gonna give Milo that long look of,
Just
Really, bro?
kiss already. That was a joke.
She's not
Don't say
she's
that.
not the brightest flame on the candlestick. Candelabra. There we go.
Guessing all of you want to come with me when I meet this Driscoll person.
I mean, unless you don't want us there to bail you out when things go wrong.
No, if it's what it's going to take, and we have a week, then why don't we stop a blockage of vision, of thought? I don't know what to say there. Then make it so that she can assist us further. Right? And I'll work
Yeah,
with
let's
her.
take care of one problem at a time as opposed to spreading ourselves thin.
Sorry, I might have missed it. Did you suggest that you would have a place for Ananke to stay?
Oh, no. Didn't get there yet.
Okay.
Do you plan on
Somebody
Do you
nice
plan
should
on
suggest it.
Do you plan on staying somewhere here in town?
Well, I was hoping that since I am investigating some of the distortions that seem to swirl around your group, that, yes, indeed, I might request to stay at your warehouse.
I was going to say.
I suppose you already know all there is to know about our group.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I was adjusting my headphones.
I suppose you already know basically all there is to know about our group, so I don't really see the risk in you staying with us. And I do think that would be safer, and I think it would be good for us to like be able to communicate regularly while we're still both researching these pretty daunting challenges ahead.
I do have more material on the Ordenist back where we're staying, if you'd like.
Yes, that might be helpful, although I believe I've seen enough for one day. That spell that you cast was quite upsetting.
I'm sorry, it was only a first level spell.
What is that?
Why do you keep describing things in
Maybe that's how they talk about spells in Sword. They actually do have the different tiers of spells.
Given
that's how the magic works, it makes sense.
He's just a yellow belt caster.
It's
I
canon
learned it
now.
from the book. But they're able to...
The magic lady said it's canon, so...
Yeah, they're able to transfer information quickly over time, and I just figured out how, so...
We should leave her. I've been keeping us shielded from the eyes and ears in this bar for quite some time, and I do not believe that I will be able to hold this up any longer.
Okay.
Understandable.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Add another one to the menagerie.
2 new NPCs in 1 episode. And a song.
Do we get more songs? I guess as long as we have Ethren around.
I mean, like, I can, obviously not today.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying give me more now.
Is his band name Tenacious E?
In Tenacious E. In.
Not enough genitalia involved in that name. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna jump over to How to End the World. Anathrama, if you're interested, you can join a little experiment that we've been doing. And if anybody else is around, they can also feel free to let me know over the chat.
Chime in via chat if you're here and want to play.
What's up?
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Oh man, now I want to look at Rufus, but I have a game to run.
Such is life, filled with challenges.
Okay, I need you all to BS for like 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Okay, like 10 minutes.
The viewers have demanded you look at Rufus later. Are you gonna disappoint them?
Okay. Let me get the setting set up correctly. Honestly, I should put should figure out how to put some of y'all on that, because I'm bad at updating these.
Yeah.
But what do we wanna do next? We've met Ananke. We've met Ethren.
And our next big thing is the ritual.
The next big thing is the ritual. I don't have that prepared. I'm gonna be straightforward with y'all.
We don't want to do that.
We don't expect you to be
right
prepared
now.
at this point.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a full session thing, if not more, probably.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at my trying to bring up my calendar. Oh man, I don't have anything. This is weird.
Like, there's literally nothing, no events between now and the ritual.
Well, okay, so you will recall, Dimitri, that the Ordenists did kind of give you a bit of a deadline for whether or not to do their stuff, and that is after the ritual, for what it's worth. So the ritual's on the 3rd plow, and you have until the 3rd jar.
We'll see what happens.
The jars of poison grow arms and legs and begin strangling their bearers.
Hey now, stop reading ahead.
Sorry, I read the script.
They're gonna come after me if I don't go after them.
Okay.
Depending on
Is
how
that
much time passes.
this might actually just be a good time to call it for tonight,
Yeah.
because we've been streaming for a hot 3 hours.
Yes. All of it hot.
Sounds
None of it ever cold or warm.
Or
sometimes chill.
Well, damn right. It was a Sasha heavy episode, so of course it was good.
I love Sasha. Ian, request for new chat command. Exclamation best girl. And then I'll do pixel art of Sasha being, I'm best girl.
Or just have the bot say it's Sasha.
Yeah, that's easier. And still effective. And I will spam that more often than, well, okay, not more often, but I will I ship it slightly less often because I will have another thing to spam.
Yeah, if any of you viewers out there have some ideas for stuff we can throw on the stream, so like right now we have exclamation mark ship it, and it's fun, but it's only one thing.
Right.
No idea is too dumb. In fact, some ideas might be too
I
smart.
wanted to do. I just remembered
Accurate.
I wanted to do it, but it's okay.
Anyways, yeah, it sounds like that's all we have for tonight. So like, let's just call it here, and we can look towards the exciting ritual starting next week. We're really picking it up in days here. Went through like
I'm gonna go fuck
week.
up Dr. Driscoll, and then
Are you gonna do that before or after the ritual?
I don't know. We got a
There
week.
might not be an after the ritual.
I kind of
Yeah,
like
just wait till after the ritual. If we screw up, he's dead anyway, and it's all good.
Evan wants to beat up Dr. Driscoll and shove this potion down her throat.
No, because then she'll turn into a giant evil monster, and then that will kill you.
And
Don't
then
give her more
we
power.
Handle it. And then we handle it.
No.
We
No.
haven't handled anything.
We've been vaguely functioning.
I'll just point out that I kind of hinted that Driscoll was the one that made the potion, so they could totally do that if they wanted to.
Also, they might already
torch their
be
brain.
one of the bad woobly wooblies.
No, it's not. She probably is.
Now you're thinking with poisons.
Gonna go have to go see what's up. But Ymitri would.
Maybe she's your cousin once removed.
How soon is the deadline for the Ordena stuff? Because he would remember. He thinks about this a lot.
It's the end of the month, so you have like a
End
week
of
and a
the
half.
month. Okay.
Yeah, so
can
you
have 2
have like 3 days post ritual.
Yeah,
4
so
days
he-
post ritual.
He's interested in doing Driscoll between now and the ritual.
Okay.
Phasing.
Anyways, take that as the cliffhanger on which we will leave. I will see
Doing
y'all
Driscoll.
next time.
Praise the
5:30 PST. This channel. Bye.